Tonight, from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's a special Saturday night edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
NFL football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Las Vegas Raiders. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. On play action, it's Carr. Battle for here, and this will be caught. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. He's at the 40. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A big play there. 60 yards. And the Raiders have taken the early lead.
John Brown.
Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run. It's Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins, the ball carrier.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Brings up 3rd.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
1st down.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Complete to
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
The tackle made back at the 39-yard line.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
37-yard line.
On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Jackson's pass.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic, and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down. Carr. A short one here, secured by the tight end Waller. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position.
Pressure too much. Down he goes. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
Here's the Raiders punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
1-yard gain. Brings
From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews down. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
A 28-yard.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Jackson, he's going to keep it himself. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have taken the lead. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there, because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The throw complete here to Williams. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break the tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Patrick Queen, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Carr, Renfro bringing it in over the middle. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he is going to have the Raiders' first down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Here's Carr to throw. Waller taking it in over the middle. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run
under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Patrick Queen, his 2nd sack of the night. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
On for the field goal. A 48-yard attempt.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that will cut the lead down to just 2.
Ravens 12, Raiders 10.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Ravens ready to take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The drive will start with an option going left. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Taken down back at the 20-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
Ravens.
And here's Jackson on the option. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Now on second and 16. Jackson. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42. A good pickup there at 22. Jackson running again. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play. And it'll make this a second and long. And that's going to be incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays. You kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them. Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. They'll run on first down. Dobbins, and they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
Brings up second and 2.
Here's Dobbins. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up
on third down. Dobbins. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll run with Dobbins.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. J.K. Dobbins with his second touchdown in this opening quarter as the Ravens push further out in front. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
23-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Shotgun now for Carr. Man open, that's hit and runs. And that one is well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now Carr. The open man here, Renfro. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
7 more yards.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
From the gun, it's Carr. Looking for the end zone. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
Carr completes it. Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 3rd down, Webster. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Raiders move back within a couple of the lead.
John Brown.
Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. With the football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Broken tackle. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Nick Kwiatkowski there on the tackle. Brought down back at the 45-yard line.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Yeah, it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves them with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
This time Jackson will throw it. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he's got this down to the 35. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
A gain of 14.
Here's Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And down to the 7-yard line. That's good for 28 yards. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. To throw again is Jackson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives. So a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. I feel like the offense coordinator's a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it. Yes.
A fumble on the play.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Like a freight train off the edge. Calais Campbell with a sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Brushing off defenders, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44.
An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
J.K. Dobbins.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
It's a gain of 13, and how about that? They're able to convert on 4th and 10. Jackson going to run. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23.
And then we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
Okay, we need to double-check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
After the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Patrick Queen make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for. 3rd down here.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Patrick Queen. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 33. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. A good job in the passing game. Decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
And this one is incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11. Again, Jackson. And a crossing route complete. It's Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Dobbins, the ball carrier.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11 on 2nd down. Dobbins. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
And it's 3rd.
Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that will push this lead up to 20 now.
Raiders 17.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
At their own 25-yard.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Carr, and he finds a man with a crossing route. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Throwing on first down is Carr. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the 3rd quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the 3rd quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the 4th quarter.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Most teams in the league hitting the 3-quarter pole in the preseason. The whole league will be in action next Thursday night to wrap it all up. And then we start for real a week after that with the NFL kickoff game. In our game, expect to see the starters for at least one more drive, something to look forward to as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. On the option, it's Jackson. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's third down. Now it's Jackson. And that's knocked away and incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. They're going for it with Dobbins. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face, because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
On second down now, Dobbins. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now Jackson on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And down inside the 15 he goes. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. On first down, Dobbins. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Jackson going to look to do himself.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
on the play.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. From the gun, Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage is awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23.
Raiders 17.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after him early and try and create a big play.
He's got daylight. He's at the 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Tyrell Williams, 75 yards. And the Raiders get a score closer.
The Raiders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
We didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if we can drive the bus here again on this drive. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
2 yards.
Now a carry for Dobbins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and...
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Jackson's pass.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 24. Now it's Jackson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
It's a pickup before, and it'll bring up 2nd down. That is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab as the Ravens push further out in in front.
Tucker lining up.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical is one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here.
At the 28-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Webster. Space to maneuver at the 40. And nothing but daylight ahead. 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A great play there. Ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. He has been a touchdown machine. It has been enjoyable to watch.
And the scoreboard continues to light up as a result of his efforts. He's been a blast, though. Every time you look up, you just figure if he's got the ball in his hands, he's going to end up in the end zone. It's been that kind of a game for him.
Absolutely. Now you just keep waiting for more. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
First down.
Throwing is Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, 66 yards. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the two-point conversion. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead out 2 more. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the two-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the two-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He is hoping to find the end zone for a third time, and we sit now in the third quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
They'll run on first down. Webster. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Draw play to the
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
and 5.
On second down. It's Dean.
Number 38.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the gun now on third down. Carr. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Tyrell Williams ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Raiders get a score closer.
Raiders will line up.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his second touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing 14 Unfortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep him in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
Taken in at the 3. And takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
Jackson on the keeper.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Back at the 20.
Jackson now. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 36 yards on the play. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Dobbins. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down. They'll go again with Dobbins. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 3rd down, Dobbins. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. They'll run here with Dobbins, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out, and the Ravens will extend their lead. How about the game that he has compiled here? So he has the 2 receiving touchdowns, and now that is his 3rd rushing touchdown. 3 plus 2, 5 total.
I'm telling you, you and your math can't beat you on that one.
Yeah.
You got it down. But how about the diversity of the days? Just what you pointed out. 3 on the ground, 2 catching them. What a performance.
What a performance. If I get my numbers and colors down, it's going to be a real threat.
Just always remember, color between the lines.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Carr now on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. 3rd quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
And to give this time to the tailback. He'll have a 1st down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Right back to him on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He may try and run for this. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quitting him.
0.